Good morning, good morning. How is everybody today? It was a rough weekend, but we got through it. The wedding was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. Everything just went well. We had a really good time. Like, people were actually dancing, and like, we went till midnight. So it was worth it. It was all worth the money, and they had a beautiful time. So now I have a daughter-in-law, and hopefully soon I have some grandbabies. But anyway, no show yesterday for Luann, the medium that I've contacted, reached out to, who's supposed to be coming to my house. She's having some, personal stuff going on in her life, and it keeps interfering with every time she's going to come out. And I feel like, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I feel like whatever's in my house is trying to stop me from having somebody come in, because they know the end result is going to be, you're out of here. Now, I haven't talked to her on the phone physically, just by message. Things have been pretty quiet. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, I told you guys my mother's sleeping with her light on now because it was in her room. The other night, my daughter said her TV kept shutting off on her. And about 3 in the morning, I think it was like the night before the wedding, I woke up, which I don't know if you know, that's the witching hour. I woke up and I felt this cold breeze just kind of come over me. I do see a change in my little one. He is acting odd. It looked like he was chasing something yesterday. He was running like a monster and chasing something into the kitchen. My cat still looks like occasionally he's chasing something. So again, I feel better. I don't feel as scared anymore. The anxiety's gone. I got to deal with it. It's there. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't sit there and keep stressing, because that's what it wants. That's what it feeds off of, negative energy, anxiety, the panic, all that stuff feeds these things, whatever they are, if it's more than one, which I find it, again, so crazy that either my daughter or I are attracting the dead. I don't know who it is. Could be both of us. I don't know. But I'm supposed to be, like I told you guys, going to the Conjuring house Monday. This coming Monday, not today, Monday coming up. And I told her, I said, I was going to still go. I know my hair's a mess. I just got to work. I told her, I said, I'm still going to go, but I'm not going to ghost hunt. I'm going to just go and hang out. If the other people want to do it, then have at it. But my daughter and I told her we are not doing that, or I won't go. That was the stipulation I gave her. Whether she's going to listen to me or not, I don't know. I don't want to be left upstairs by myself if they go in the basement or wherever they're going to do their little ghost hunting. I don't want to really be by myself, but it's like, I don't know. I'd rather just not go altogether, but I don't want to disappoint everybody that I invited. And I spent a lot of money on this. But her recommendation is not to go. She said, clearly you have the ability to, get attached by these things for whatever reason, and proceeded to tell me that she actually had to quit her ghost hunting career because she had attachments, and said she had something for like 20 years. It's not easy to get rid of this stuff, guys. It's not as easy as saging your house, blessing your house, and telling it to leave, because sometimes they just don't want to leave. And the way you have to go about it, you have to be respectful and calm. And, when things are happening in my house, I'm getting angry because I don't want anything happening to my family. And I know that's the wrong reaction. But anyway, that's that for now. She said hopefully she'll get here by Monday or Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday. She needs a few days, to take care of her stuff. But if she doesn't come before Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll eat the money. I don't care. I'll have to plan something else. This was a present for my daughter, her birthday. So I'll have to do something. There's like 6 of us getting together. I'm sure we can figure something out to do. But anyway, that's that. That's the update on my haunted house. It just blows my mind how easily I caught all this. Like, I've been to many haunted places, and it's not easy all the time to get evidence. It's almost like they've been dying to let me know they're there. Like once I figured it out and started giving the attention is when the activity started. And So that just shows you that the more attention you give these things, the more you talk to them, the more they're going to show you, the more they're going to mess with you. I'm not feeling as tired anymore. I'm getting sleep, finally. I am sleeping in the living room still on an air mattress. Don't ask me why. I just feel safer. My back has not hurt not once in 2 weeks, guys. And I wake up at least once or twice a week in that room with excruciating back pain, like I've been beaten with a bat. So bad. This is what's making me think whatever's here is not nice, and it might not be easy to get rid of. So there's that. I saw the most ridiculous thing yesterday, and this is where we are in the world. Unfortunately, this is where we're heading. Luckily, we have lawyers and still have some level-headed judges out there. But there's a school who tried suing a mother and her son, or her son. This is a 13-year-old kid. They charged him with sexual harassment because he used the wrong pronouns, okay, and tried to make a lawsuit out of this for this kid. This is what your schools are doing now, okay? If you call somebody by the wrong pronoun, even teachers, these teachers, okay, these kindergarten, first grade, second grade teachers that think they're all so cute and they're all so awesome because they want to teach about gender identity and all this other nonsense that these kids have no business learning about at that age, okay? They're still too young to know anything about what their future holds, okay? Half of them probably want to be fairies and superheroes. I mean, come on. It's just too much, guys. You know, parents see their boys wanting to play with girl stuff and they think, oh, they're gay. Listen, I was the biggest tomboy you'll ever meet, and I am far from gay. I dressed like a boy. I acted like a boy. I wanted to be with the boys. I had more boyfriends than girlfriends once I got older. It's just, but I'm not gay. I mean, you can't base that off that. And now they want to teach your kids that you can choose your sex, that, you know, you're made a certain way, but then you get to choose what you want to be. And it's like, I don't know, guys, it's just making a mess. We're making such a mess of our society, our kids. They're lost. They don't know who they are. They can pick and choose now. That's even more confusing. They're even more confused than they were to start just being born. I mean, this world's already complicated enough. We don't need to add more complication. But yet here we are, and we're doing it. And people, the teachers like that, makes me wonder, you know, it makes me a little scared. I was watching, I forgot who it was, one of these rappers. He was a big name rapper, and I guess he has a tendency to bring these little girls up on stage, and he's like, I'm talking like 7, 8 years old, and he's touching her face and singing to her, like all in like what are we doing? Leave these kids alone. Let them be kids. They have no rhyme or reason to be learning about sex ed or gender identity. None of that. They're too young. Leave them be. We're already brainwashed enough in this country. We don't need teachers added. These public schools, guys, I'm telling you, they're not good. They're not good. It's horrible. Kids are in control. The teachers and the principals have no control over some of these schools. And you know, I just heard another story that I find awfully ironic. There was another shooter, right? And who does this sound like? He drove miles to commit a hate crime and shot up a store. I don't know if he had a manifesto. I think he might have. Who just did that? Didn't we just have somebody do that like a year ago, right? So what do we have? Copycats? Guys, when I'm telling you they have the power to manipulate and feed your brain thoughts and read your thoughts, guys, they have this power. They have this ability. And it makes one wonder if they are somehow doing this, making people do this by feeding thoughts into their mind. I mean, come on, what are the chances of that? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm telling you, it's all because they want to take your guns. That's what this comes down to. They don't want us to be able to protect ourselves. They can't just come in and take them. So they're going to slowly have things like this happen, right? And they'll blame it on that. And they'll tell you, you're an animal or you're a monster if you don't give yours up. Because look what's happening. Even though law-abiding citizens are not committing these crimes. So, again, the people that aren't doing anything wrong are getting punished because other people can't seem to get it together. It's so ridiculous, guys. It's getting so bad. They're talking about power outages in the summer now. Not surprised. And again, I worry about the weather because they are manipulating the weather. And they did warn us that these storms were going to get worse. You know, I just worry about that because we're not used to that where I live. We're not used to that where I'm from. So, like, how bad is it going to get? I mean, we've already had tornadoes, which are not common for here. So, who knows? Who knows? It's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. People are still supporting this man. Supposedly, he still has like a 40... My state has a high support for this man. Okay? I think it's all a bunch of BS, but that's what they're telling us. That's what they want us to believe. I don't know. What else did I want to talk about? I don't even know, guys. I don't know if I talked about the Arkansas dogs, the dogs that attacked people. I think I did. I'm not sure. I know I made a video. I might not even have posted it. Arkansas. 2 different people within like 2 weeks or a week's time mauled to death by this pack of dogs. What does that remind me of? That reminds me of the beginning of the Exorcist series, right? When they opened up some kind of portal and let out these demons, and these demons will go into animals and can go into animals, and that is what they did. And these dogs were attacking and mauling people to death. It's just like, what are the chances of that, guys? I've never heard of it. I've heard of people, getting mauled by one dog, but a pack of dogs, and the same pack of dogs just happened to do it to somebody else. It's just, something's just not right, guys. I'm telling you, they have done something. Something's been released onto this earth. And I'm telling you, it is not good. I believe they have opened the gates of hell and let Satan loose. And this is why we're seeing so much chaos and murder and crime. I mean, my city is getting bad. Every day I'm seeing something. It's just happening everywhere. And the more people losing their homes, guys, and the more people losing their ability to feed their families, it's only going to come down on everybody else. It's going to get bad. This next couple of years, guys, is going to be bad. It's not going to be anything good. I don't know if Mr. T, they're talking about Mr. T coming back now, and him. Do you even know? I never knew this. MAGA, M-A-G-A, MAGA. It means highest priestess in Satanism. And how many people are chanting MAGA? How many people are supporting that phrase, MAGA? Mr. T is definitely part of a secret society. All of them are. All of them are, guys. That is who's running and controlling your world. I mean, the plans they have for us are very draconian. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to introduce that chip, which is the mark. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to have a police state. But something's going to have to happen in order for that to be put in place. And it's coming. It's coming. It's absolutely coming. This is part of their agenda. And the whole silencing people and telling people, oh, you're talking about this or you're talking about that, when you're not even talking about what they claim you're talking about. And it's like they have the power to just shut you down. It's crazy. It's crazy how much power we give these people. And Elon Musk, I already told you how I feel about him. I don't feel like anything good is going to come from that man. He's only going to push the merging us with the technology. The little neurochip. And if you don't have that neurochip, well, you're going to be lacking and you're going to be less than. Because AI, as we know, the way they're creating AI, I just saw an article last night talking about aliens. We're going to have an alien invasion, but it's not going to be from out in the universe. It's going to be from something they're creating, something they're working on right now. And how it could destroy us. And they've talked about AI destroying us. They've talked about this. That's the scary part. There's always a scary part to everything these people give us. The technology, everything they give us, there's always a downfall. Just like social media for kids, and the phones for kids, and the technology for kids, and them getting addicted to it, and them getting, obviously, like I told you, these things can be portals for these entities to enter your life. You may not even know you're conjuring them or calling them or inviting them into your life. But playing certain music, watching certain things on TV, guys, I know it sounds crazy. I didn't believe it either. But there's no way I brought a spirit back from every single place I've gone ghost hunting. So how else did these things get in my house? How else did my house become haunted, right? And how many other people have things in their homes and don't even know it? I caught this by accident. I didn't know until I just started feeling down. And I was like, oh, something's just not right here. Let me check and see, for the negative energy. And then I caught it. It wasn't, God knows how long it's been there affecting my family, especially my daughter. My daughter worries me. My daughter has always suffered with depression and anxiety, and not always, but she was bullied in school. She hated school. School was a big stress for her. Any place where she has to go where there's structure and rules, she struggles. And she's been oppositional her entire life. I raised her the same way I raised my boys, and she's just different. And I feel like she's had something attached to her, tormenting her. She has all the signs of attachment. It's crazy. Are these people just like parked here at the gas pump? So why do I think that? Well, I'm going to give you a little story here. And this is a big part of my life. This was a big part of my life that affected me. My daughter's grandmother is a practicing witch, okay? Her home is very dark, and, it has that, like, creepy vibe, gargoyles, and she used to, she was always with the sage and the salt around the house. I thought it was rat poison, but it was salt. Always, like, up to no good. Would brag about doing things to people, hurting people with her powers, right? Well, when I met her son, which is my daughter's father, I was anti-drug, okay? I didn't want to be with anybody that had any part of any drug. I didn't care if it was marijuana. I made him quit. I used to drink still, but I didn't touch any drugs. I didn't want any part of it. Like I said, it was just, I didn't want to have to deal with that. I moved in there. Once I moved in there, apparently she didn't like me. No, I never knew why, but he told me when I met him, don't get close with my mom. Just don't get close with her. And I never understood why, but now I do. When I moved in, I was about 6 months pregnant. I had my son. My son was about 7. He had a son that was about 9. They were like 2 years apart. I'm not waiting here for these people. This is ridiculous. Like, how long are you going to be in the store? So anyway, she started acting up once we moved in. Now, I don't know what the deal is with her, but it seems like she meddles in every relationship that this poor man has. And I don't think he's ever going to ever be able to have a healthy relationship as long as she's under the same roof. And she's been under the same roof. He owned the house that we were living in. It was a 2-family. She lived on the first floor. And like I said, I feel like she may have put some kind of hex on me. I don't know, guys, but she had access to all my stuff. Even the hair on my head. She could have easily gotten that from my pillow, whatever. She used to take my clothes. I don't know what she did with them. Threw them in the garbage. One time she took like every one of my boots. I used to have like really nice boots, like dress boots. With very expensive stuff I used to buy. And she took one of them. I went in my boot bin, and I had like one of each boot missing. What else? She used to do things like, she bought a trampoline for the backyard, right? So now it's my son, her grandson, and my daughter, isn't born yet. When she put that trampoline up, when her grandson wasn't there one time, she went and she took out like every other hook, right? So that my son couldn't play on it. Well, my son didn't know, and he went on it and started jumping on it and realized, there were hooks missing. And he comes in the house and he's like, Mom, I think the trampoline's broke. And I'm like, what do you mean it's broke? And I go out there, and sure enough, she took out she could have hurt my son, right there. Didn't like my son, didn't like me, accused me of cheating on her son because I sang in a band, and I was out late till like 3 or 4 in the morning. She didn't like the way I dressed, but again, her son could have came with me. He did come with me when we first started dating, and first couple years, he would come with me all the time to my gigs. And then, it gets boring after a while. So, he used to go and do his own thing, or he'd stay home and watch the kids. He was fine with that. We had that trust. He wasn't worried. But in her crazy mind, that's what I was doing. She just started so much stuff, guys. So many fights between us, and I swear I used to feel like she was just sitting there listening and smiling, like, she was just not a nice person. And I feel like she put some kind of hex on me, because that is when I became addicted to pain pills. Again, I was anti-drug, guys. Remember this, anti-drug. And I was taking them because I had problems with my wisdom teeth. I had one pulled at a time. I was a big baby. I wasn't going, because when I was a kid, I had a lot of teeth pulled. I had like 4 extra. Speak of the devil. She just drove by. Look at that, huh? That's crazy. Crazy. I haven't seen her in so long. That's why. And she just drove by. Literally just drove by. Where was I going? So I was taking them for tooth pain. I was on them for like 2 weeks. I ended up getting dry socket. And then my body obviously became dependent on them. And because of our relationship falling apart and me not being happy and other things that happened, like my son was having his stuff stolen, like his really expensive stuff. Now, that's his home. He shouldn't have to lock up his property when he goes with his dad. He shouldn't have to do that. This is his home. He should feel safe. He should feel wanted. He should feel loved. And he didn't feel that. And neither did I, to be honest with you. And whenever I would ask him, could you please talk to her? Like, she'd come in my house, she'd flip my pictures over, rearrange things in my apartment like it was her apartment, like still trying to take care of her son when I was the one there doing that already. Just trying to, and anything to aggravate me, anything to piss me off. She would take my clothes out of the washing machine, throw them on the dirty floor, or she would take my clean clothes, my sons and I, she'd take our clothes, leave it all bundled up in the middle, but have everybody else's nice and folded. Just weird stuff like that, again, to piss me off. She wanted me to react. She wanted me, I think, to like go after her. I don't know. And I wanted to, trust me, guys. She got me to that point, that boiling point. And it takes a lot for me to get to that point. But how much am I supposed to take of this woman trying to torment me? And I really feel like she did put some kind of hex or spell on me, guys, because, I mean, I was a personal trainer. I worked in the gym. I ate healthy. I worked out 7 days a week. I was far, far from being an addict. I mean, yes, I had that in my life when I was a child, and I went through all that, and I put it past me, and I put it away. Yes, alcohol, I got out of control with my alcohol because, again, not only did I work in the gym, but I worked in bars and restaurants, and I worked in that atmosphere as a singer, as a DJ, as a waitress. Those are the side. I used to work 2 and 3 jobs, because it was hard to get child support. Surprise, surprise, right? Isn't that the story today? It's hard to get child support. It's ridiculous. So I did what I had to do, and I made pretty good money. I mean, I made more money than my daughter's father. And then, it was, you work too much, cut this job back, you don't need to work that much. And eventually I did. I cut down all my jobs and eventually just had like 2 jobs. One was my band and one was the gym. But anyway, guys, yes, the stealing, and then, my daughter's father didn't want to look into it, because it was his son that was doing it. And I swear, I feel like it was her telling him to do it. I'm telling you, I feel like she's the one that encouraged him to do that, because she used to steal in front of my daughter at the store. My daughter used to come home and tell me all kinds of crazy stuff. And I had to finally tell him, like, you can't let my daughter go with her no more. Because if you do, you're going to lose your rights. Because the things that this lady's doing is just insanity. And, I feel bad talking about this. I don't want anybody to get embarrassed or feel bad. But it's like, this is something that had a very big impact on my life. And I have a right to talk about it. It's something that I went through, I do want to write a book one day about my life, because I feel like my life has just been one big snowball of one bad thing after another. And now in retrospect, I attribute it to doing the things I did when I was a kid, like playing with Ouija boards and doing all that stuff, guys. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy for people that don't believe. My mother don't believe in this, and she's living it right now. I don't know why I suddenly just captured this stuff at this moment in my life. I did have a spiritual awakening about 2 years ago when I was pregnant, almost 3 years ago, when I was pregnant with my son. I put down everything. I got out of the world. No more dating, no more sex, no more watching this, no more listening to music. And guys, I am a musician. It's so hard sometimes, to not listen to certain things. But I don't even listen to music anymore. Trust me, I love music. And there's other music I can listen to that's not, demonic and satanic. But I try to not even go there. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is just my theory. I don't know if this really happened. And I feel like she also did something to my daughter. And I know that sounds crazy. It's her grandmother. But it doesn't matter. The woman hates my guts. And I still to this day don't know why. When I first met her, again, I was told don't get close with her. I didn't take the advice. When I got pregnant, she started being really nice and sweet and talking to me, and total change, right? But then I find out years later, I went to a Halloween party, and a friend of mine from high school, who was cousins with my daughter's father's ex-fiance, who he was with right before me, I guess this wingnut went there while I was pregnant with her granddaughter, mind you, asking her if she could get back with her son. Like, how crazy is that, guys? This is like, that's what I mean. She's just evil. She's not nice. Not a nice person. And her and my daughter just had a big falling out at Christmas. They haven't talked since. They haven't even exchanged Christmas gifts. And I don't know. I don't know what kind of powers she holds. But again, she told my daughter she has a voodoo doll of me. She told my daughter she put a hex on me. And this was after the fact. I had my cards read by a friend of mine years ago when I was in this relationship. Because I just had a feeling. I was just something's not right. And her mother, my friend's mother, read me cards, Portuguese woman, from just a deck of cards. And the things that she told me, guys, I was like in tears. She's like, you need to get away from this person. This person wants to hurt you. She was telling me everything about her. And I looked at my friend. I'm like, you swear you didn't tell your mother? She's like, I swear I didn't tell my mother nothing. She's like, my mother can really see this stuff. And she told me about her and said, she wants you dead, basically. She don't like you. Now, again, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe she don't want anyone with her son. Maybe she's got that. I don't know. I have no idea what goes through her mind, but I'll tell you it's not good. And it worries me because, I know the power of prayer can stop all that stuff. I don't know if any of you guys believe in that witchcraft and voodoo and all that stuff, but I do because, she's admitted it. She's admitted, I gave my ex-husband a heart attack, and sure enough, he came knocking at her door telling her how he had a heart attack, and like she's smiling about it. Like this is the kind of person, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And I don't know what else to say. But anyway, I'm 15 years clean and sober. I'm doing really good. That is all behind me, and I don't ever see it coming back. I'm good. I'm good except for what's going on in my house. I'm the one that invited this in, and now I'm the one that has to clean up the mess. Just like how I've raised my kids. I raised my kids worldly because I was living worldly. Now I have to undo that. And that is going to be extremely difficult. All I can do is pray. All I can do is I have to pray for God to do it. I can't do it. I can't just go in there and take their stuff. I can't just go in there and take their electronics. I can't just go in there and say, stop listening to this, stop watching that. Because they're not going to do it. But anyway, that's my story. I can't believe I just saw her. And you know what? The last time I made a video about her on TikTok, I saw her too. It's like, it's nuts. It's nuts. But anyway, that's all for today, guys. I will be back. Hope you guys are happy, healthy, and blessed. And keeping your sanity through this crazy times. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Until then, click the bell.